Yeah, I would go to msf-usa.org and grab these things. They did a great job. I absolutely, and they have a lot more safety booklets, quick tips, reference materials, test your knowledge. So, I mean, rider perception challenge, test your knowledge, basic rider course. What is this? 48 question quiz. Look, we got a quiz. Should we do a little quiz section right now? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do a quiz. An off-highway motorcycle performs well on public streets and highways, has turn signals and mirrors, primarily used for off-highway recreation. Well, it's kind of in the name. Let's do that. That is the correct answer. Let's make this a little bigger. Before risks can be managed, a rider must develop superior riding skills, consider the consequences of actions, wear minimum protective gear. Before risks can be managed, a rider must... You have to have superior skills before you can manage your risks? You have to wear gear before managing risks? I thought developing and wearing minimum protective gear was a way to manage risk. So you have to consider the consequences of actions first. Interesting. To have a margin of safety means to keep a 12-second following distance, create time and space, ride where there's little traffic. Creating time and space, that's a tough one. We're not God. Keep a 12-second following distance. That's tough to do, but it's doable. Ride where there is little traffic. This is a tough one. What do you guys think? I'm going to leave this up to you. I see a lot of twos. I see a lot of Bs. 2 Bs. Let's try it. Create time and space. Hey, that's a correct answer. I guess we have to develop the technology to create time and space. That to me just sounds like it's a test question that is not worded the greatest. That's all. It's a correct answer, by the way. All right, here we go. The primary function of a helmet is to increase visibility, keep warm, protect the head and brain. It's pretty easy. We got to keep our head warm, right? No. All right. Protect the head and brain. Primary function. But you do want to have good visibility, and it can keep your head warm with a full face helmet. All right. Which of the following stickers indicates a helmet manufacturer to meet federal requirements? Now, this is an American, United States quiz. So it's a little bit different if you're in a different area. So ECE, Sharp, and all these different things. It's not AMA, American Motorcyclist Association, not USA, the best country in the world. It is DOT. All right. Next question. I know I'm following along with you guys. I'm reading the questions super slow so the chat can, by the way, let's get the chat up here. All right. Good advice for cold weather riding is to what? Dress in layers, wear bulky gloves, wear clothing with lots of zippers. Zippers sound great. That sounds amazing. I see a lot of A's here. Let's dress in layers. You guys are smart. And this is the beautiful thing. I forgot who asked the question, but they wanted some help with their MSF testing. Look at this, baby. Class, we're doing an amazing job. Doing a great job. We're helping everybody in class, trying to figure this out. We're going to take this course review. All right. Now, remember, you can get a lot of these resources for free on msf-usa.org. All right, a good way to remember the pre-ride inspection checklist is to tires, wheels, engine, parts, and controls. All right, we talk about T-clocks all the time. It's pretty easy. Great job. I see it over there. Woo! We're mentoring, baby. All right, question 8 of 48. We're going to try to power through these. The throttle is the right hand grip operated by the right foot used in a wrist-up position. So it's used like this. Is it the right hand or is it the foot? That is correct. All right, here we go. The clutch lever is used to connect power from the engine to the rear wheel, increased brake pressure to the rear tire, or initiate a slow speed turn. Now, you can use the clutch lever to find the friction zone to help you with your slow speed maneuvers. You can also use, you can't use the clutch lever to increase brake pressure of the rear tire. That is your right foot, which is going to be the rear brake. I see a lot of A's in the chitty chat. I know I'm trying to get it. I'm getting there. The clutch lever is used to connect power from the engine to the rear wheel. It's also used to disconnect power to the rear wheel. So pulling in that clutch removes power. It disconnects it basically to the rear wheel. When you let it out and it's fully out like you're riding, it means it's connected. Friction zone is kind of the half and half. So since I understand that's what the clutch lever can and cannot do, we're going to do that. Boom. Here we go. The shift pattern on a motorcycle is different from each motorcycle, indicated in the instrument cluster, set up to shift to higher gears by lifting the gear shift lever. That's a tough one. It's kind of a weird question. Yeah, I really would say disconnect because the lever by itself doesn't, connect it. The fact that it's not being touched means it's connected, right? Yeah, it's kind of a weird one, huh? This has helped me out with my own testing, my own quizzes, my own e-course that I'm developing. Anyways, the shift pattern on a motorcycle is what? Different from each motorcycle? I see a lot of C's. I'm going to defer it to you guys. I see C, boom, I'm just going to click it. That is the correct answer. Set up to shift levers to higher gears by lifting it up. So when you press it down, that goes down a gear. So one down is one gear, one down is one gear, one down is one gear. One up is one up is one up is one. If you hit that gear and push it down, it doesn't go from 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, to neutral 1. It doesn't do that. Each push is one gear. And if it starts going 2 gears, you might want to get your bike checked. All right. A way to remember the engine start procedure is what? Well, we already know T-clocks isn't it because we just answered that question. Process of elimination, test taking skills. Thumb key throttle. If we read the book, it's fine C, baby. Woo! You guys are smart. Matt Miller, how you been doing, man? Hope you've been doing good. I'm trying to make this quick for you guys. All right, so the friction zone, we talked about that with the clutch, is used to what? Control starting out from a stop, increase the ability to brake, help keep feet stable when stopped. What do you guys think? A? Yeah. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. The cool thing about the live streams and the way I have them set up is it's an ultra low latency. So it's like maybe a 5-second delay. So that's why I talk for at least 5 seconds on some of these things. Whew. If you guys want to be a member, by the way, we have 12 new members today. Click that join button. Most of the motorcycle's stopping power is related to its what? I see I waited a little bit while clicking that so you guys can see it. A, front brake. B, clutch lever, engine displacement. Okay. Well, what do you get? You get, so total stopping power, or not total, most of the stopping power. So we have total stopping power and just stopping power and braking and all that stuff. The equation is perception reaction braking equals total stopping power, but most of the motorcycles braking and stopping power comes from that front brake because that's where the weight transfers to that front tire, and more weight on that front tire, you can squeeze. We get more friction, more traction. Engine displacement, no. Clutch lever, no. It's that front brake. All right. Good job, everybody. All right. Motorcycles generally divides a roan lane into what? What do we talk about on this channel all the time? I think I got my pen out. No, I put my pen away. Let's bring it back out. What do I typically do and draw? I do this, I do this, I do this all the time. Now, can somebody help me out with mathematics? What is this, a half or a quarter? Is this a full number? I don't get it. I'm not the smartest. I'm going to do thirds. How about that? There we go. All right. All right, 15 and 48. The recommended distance to look ahead to identify hazards is as far as you can see. 12 seconds or 2 seconds. Ooh, this is kind of a little. What do we do, Dom? What do we do? What do we do on this one? I'm going to defer it to everyone here. A, I see a lot of A's. I see some 2s and B's. Dom, what do we think, Dom? What do we think? What do we think? A or B, as far as you can see? I see a lot of A's. I see more A's. What is it? Oh, no! 12 seconds is the proper... It is the recommended. Now, as far as you can see is great, but what happens if as far as you can see is right behind a vehicle because you didn't allow yourself to have that space cushion? Once if you're right here, that's as far as you can see. It's always recommended 12 seconds because they want you to increase that space cushion. If all you can do is 8 seconds, that's good. That's as far as you can see. But if all you can do is 1 second, that's not good. It's not recommended. So it's a really tricky question, but it is in the MSF book, all right? So the proper searching technique requires you to scan 12 seconds ahead. This means to look ahead to an area it would take as long to... Oh, okay, I don't feel like reading. All right, a proper technique for going over an obstacle is what? Brake while crossing the obstacle, rise off the seat, speed up prior to crossing the obstacle. You see how I wrote it or read it different? Maybe mess you up. Should we speed up to it? See, rise off the seat? This is a tough one because they teach you in the MSF to blip the throttle, which increases the speed, right? This is where you start going, oh, I'm second guessing myself. So blip the throttle and sit up. They teach you that. So is blipping the throttle considered speeding up? What do you guys think? C? I see C. That is the correct answer. So speeding up is pretty generalized. That's like going fast. A blip is not really speeding. A blip is the opposite of progressive brake pressure. So a blip of the throttle is going to raise that front end just a little bit. Your tire is still going to be attached to the ground with traction, but it's going to extend your suspension up front. So when it goes over it, it's not going to be that big of a jostle coupled with rising off the seat. Now braking, like I said, dives that suspension. So if you brake while crossing the obstacle, you're compressing your suspension right before you hit an obstacle, where it's going to compress it even more so you could bottom out. So that's why they want you to blip it, and then sitting off the seat, that back end's going to hit the obstacle. You want to raise your butt off the seat so you have suspension in your legs, basically, and so that seat doesn't buck you off. So that's what that is. I'm trying to help you out with your MSF course review, everybody. So overriding the headlight occurs when, so going too fast, basically. Oh, there it is. Riding too fast for conditions at night. The high beam headlight is not working. Oncoming car lights are aimed improperly. So overriding, outriding your horn, overriding your horn, overriding your lights. You're going too fast to where you can stop in time. So if your lights can shine 100 feet, 100 feet, great. Let's say they shine 100 feet in front of you. So going 20 miles per hour, you're not overriding your lights. You could stop within 100 feet. Let's say you're going 120 and you still only have 100 feet of light. Can you stop in 100 feet? That's what that means. So riding too fast for conditions at night. Correct answer. I know. Yeah, Paradox. This is on the MSF. Everybody, I don't want to click it yet, but it's in the library. I'll have a link in the description on the rebroadcast on this. So here, you get the MSF book for free, the basic rider course, and then the library. It's zoomed in right now. So if you go down to the bottom on the library, there is the quiz. And look, there's also a test your knowledge for that. We'll do that some other time. Linked brakes are brakes that will not lock up, automatically adjust to surface conditions, cause both brakes to be applied if either is used. I see a lot of C's. Linked brakes, meaning when you apply the front brake, it's going to activate the rear brake and vice versa. All right. Some older models do that. I prefer not to have a model that does that, but if your model bike has that, be aware of that, because if you apply a lot of brake pressure, remember the front end gets most of that stopping power. So if it's applying a lot of rear brake at the same time, that could be a bad thing. So because it might fishtail a little bit. So when it is necessary to respond to a close call, a rider should separate braking and swerving, brake first, then swerve, swerve first, then brake. What do you guys think? D, horn. What about E, rev bomb? Where's the rev bomb? Where's the rev bomb? This is bull. Where's the rev bomb? For a quick test taking skill, whenever you see absolutes like Sith, usually wrong. An absolute is usually wrong. You do not deal in absolutes. It's A. The reason why it's A is because the other two are terrible. You don't know if the situation calls for braking or the situation calls for swerving. You don't know that. So that's a terrible answer. That's just a test taken skill. But separate braking and swerving. Remember, this is the BRC. Okay, Okay, so we have to do one or the other because traction. If we try to swerve and brake, we could lose traction. If we try to brake hard and then swerve, that's turning and braking at the same time. That could lose traction too. So they want you to separate everything. James Pope for the beard products. Bort, Bort. Thank you for the 20. Woo! I think we're going to get a good score, everybody. All right, the surface of a road is most slippery when it first begins to rain because motorcycle tires need to get wet to work best. Was it a duck? Other drivers are not paying attention. Water mixes with dirt and oil. Does water mix with oil, everybody? It's kind of a weird question. I don't know. It's kind of weird, huh? Water does not mix with oil, but that's the only one. Other drivers not paying attention. That is a typical thing for everything, not just because the surface of the road. They're asking why the surface of the road is slippery. Not because, that other drivers not paying attention doesn't make it slippery. Motorcycle tires need to be wet before they work best. Not the case. Water does not mix with oil. It doesn't mix with oil. Yeah, your X-Ram, but it brings oil to the surface. Yeah. It's weird. That's a weird one. The whole concept of that is that when the water hits the road, I wish I can go back so I can show you the question again. When the water hits the road at the beginning of a rain, what's happening is that the water is touching the ground, obviously, and there's oil on the road and dirt on the road. And what's happening is that it's lifting up the water and dirt, and it's starting to carry it off to the sides. But since it's now lifted up out of the surface or the road surface, that's when it becomes a hazard. And that happens at the beginning of a ride or beginning of a rain within the first 30 minutes of a rain. So be very careful about that. It's going to hopefully start going to the sides of the road. So be very careful about that little shimmery thing. All right, a correct procedure for a passenger is to follow is to, I see a lot of C's already. Lean in the opposite direction of turn. Don't do that. Put feet down when stopped at intersection. Good luck. You're not going to probably reach unless you're a giraffe. But don't do that either. Look over your shoulder in the direction of turn. So look where you want to go, right? So that's a good one. Very good. So the passenger, you should always have a passenger pre-ride meeting. And this is one of those things that you should be talking about. You should tell them, hey, lean in the direction or look over the shoulder of the shoulder, or I'm sorry, look over my shoulder of the turn that's happening. So if I'm turning right, look over my right shoulder. If I'm turning left, look over my left shoulder. Don't put your feet down. Don't get off. Don't get on unless I say so. There's a huge pre-ride check, which I do have on Motorcycle Training Concepts. All right, a good response to a dog that chases after you is to kick at it, upset its timing, stop until it goes away. Dogs, they're stubborn as hell, so stopping until they go away is a no bueno. Kick at it. Good luck. You're going to probably get bit. My guess is upset its timing. Juke the living poo-poo out of it. All right. The two primary effects of alcohol on riding are vision and judgment. Yeah, it could be it. Coordination and balance. Oh, this is getting difficult. Seeing and hearing. Beer goggles. That help. That happens. Hearing. But two primary effects. What do you guys think? A or B? See, this one's a no bueno. This one's gone. We're not doing that one. What do you guys think? B? You guys think B, coordination and balance? You think it's a big one? You think it's the biggest one? All right, let's try it. Yoink. No, vision and judgment. So alcohol, remember, it messes with the Dunning-Kruger effect that you're possibly having, okay? So it's messing with, how's the best way I can put it? Liquid courage. So your judgment is terrible. Oh, I'm not drunk. I can drive. And shut up. That's what that is. And your vision, oh man, your vision is terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Terrible. All right, so it's a depressant, everybody. Alcohol is a depressant. Caffeine is a stimulant. Meth is a stimulant. What other depressants are out there? There's plenty of them. Depressive medications are depressants. Xanax is a depressant. So riding a motorcycle requires a great amount of mental alertness and physical skill. Interesting. Smart rider principles. Seeks out and recognizes hazardous situations and maintains fundamental skills. It sounds like that. Chemicals have extremely detrimental effects on a rider's capabilities. Alcohol is a major contributor to motorcycle crashes. Almost 50% of all riders killed had been drinking. So when we talk about, oh, these drivers keep killing us, these drivers, 50% 50% of people that die on a motorcycle are killed because the rider was drinking. So if we want to get rid of half of all motorcycle fatalities, stop drinking. Alcohol. Yeah, hydrate, Paul. Exactly. Drink water. Stop drinking. There's a huge section of motorcycle fatalities that doesn't even involve another vehicle. That's going to be that turning, not navigating a turn, and then striking an object, a stationary object. So this right here we got to be very careful about. All right, which of the following is not considered one drink? 1 ounce of wine, 12 ounces of beer, 1 shot of whiskey. Yeah, 50% is a lot, Matt. It's crazy. It's crazy. What do you guys think? A? Yeah, it's pretty. It tries to trick you with mathematics and stuff. All right, 1 shot of whiskey. Yeah, that's a drink. 12 ounces of beer. That's a drink. Which is crazy because you usually get 20 ounces in a pint, right? So it's almost 2 drinks when you get a 20 ouncer, right? So yeah, 1 ounce of wine. It's a little bit. All right. The best way to intervene when someone has had too much to drink is to provide vital statistics. Remember, their judgment is terrible when they're drinking. They're not going to listen to you. Plead with the safety sense of the person. That might help. Enlist the help of others. Ooh, this is a tough one. I'm going to leave this up to you. I'm going to leave this up to you guys. I see a lot of C's in the chat. This is why I put the chat on the screen so people aren't thinking that I'm making this up. A lot of C's. Very good. I gave you guys a little hint. Remember the judgment thing? So if you try to tell them the objective information, hey, 50% of people that die on a motorcycle is because they're drinking, they're not going to care. Okay, well, let's plead in the safety sense. Hey, man, be a smart rider. Remember what Dan said? You shouldn't be doing that. Oh, I can drive. It doesn't even matter. So enlisting the help of others, maybe if you get like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 others, maybe call their mom and have their mom talk to them. Maybe they might listen. When it comes to a drunk rider or a drunk person, you have to plead to their emotional state, not their objective state. That's something I learned as a firefighter, and that's all that verbal judo stuff. So when somebody's drunk, you got to be very careful. When they have diabetic issues, low blood sugar, also with a head injury, they're going to act like they're drunk. Enlisting the help of others in that situation, too, is very important. All right. Primary differences between cars and motorcycles are stability and vulnerability, speed and power, style and performance. Oh, man, there's so many. These are all of them. This is all of them. Blah, blah, blah. Stability and vulnerability. What do you guys think? Shriven, I'm not a firefighter anymore. I do this full time. I take the skills and knowledge I have learned from firefighting and find where they can apply to motorcycle riding, and will use that knowledge for the safety and betterment of motorcycle riders using the smart rider principles and motorcycle training concepts and everything we use in the DDFM crew. I'm on a roll today. I'm absolutely having a great time. I think the vacation was amazing. I see A. All right, you guys are smart. You guys are smart. Remember, they have the roll cage. All we have is gear. Remember, smart rider principles: acquire and utilize personal protective equipment. It's very important. Who is primarily responsible for a motorcyclist safety? It's car drivers. It won't let me click it. It won't let me click it. Is it the rider? Whoa! It's not car drivers. Why is it not? Why is it still? All right. Guys, it's the motorcycle rider. The motorcycle rider is responsible for the motorcycle rider's safety. Primary cause of motorcycle crashes is an interaction of factors, road surface conditions, poor mechanical condition of the motorcycle. Primary cause. Is the primary cause of motorcycle crashes poor mechanical condition of the motorcycle? How many crashes have we seen in the after-action review that is the case? How many after-action reviews have we seen that the road surface is the primary cause? Or is it the sun in the eyes? Is it the panic braking? Is it being in white stage? Is it then going into brown stage? Is it dumping the bike because we slammed too much of the front brake and not have fundamental skills? It's an interaction of factors. It's usually a bunch of these things. Speed is usually a big cause. So if we can reduce speed and alcohol, oh my gosh, we could remove a lot. Primary purposes of personal protective gear are to gain attention and look cool. No, it's not A. No, it's not A, everybody. No, it's not. It's to gain attention and look cool. I want to look like a Power Ranger. Why are you guys saying A? Why are you guys saying A? All right. Oh. Whoops. All right. The retention system on a helmet is designed to keep the helmet in place, keep the face shield from moving, and provide additional visibility. Keep the helmet in place. Boom! I beat you. I beat it. Nope. You guys, nope. Did it. Hypothermia. Ooh, Scarlett. If you're still here, any of you are medical peoples, what is hypothermia? What's hypothermia? What's hyperthermia? What does hypo mean? Let's give a quick little, what's hypo mean? Hypo low, Raz Pirate. Hypo means low. Oh, let's get this. I don't like this. I don't want black. I want this neon green. Hypo means low. Hyper means high. Hypoglycemia, low blood sugar. Hyperglycemia, high blood sugar. Hypothermia, low thermia. Hyperthermia, high thermia. So if you have hypothermia, you are really cold. If you have hyperthermia, you could be having heat stroke. So high is hyper, hypo is low. So it's interesting that it says subnormal. So sub means low. So I talk about submaximal training when it comes to what you do when you train in a parking lot, and then submaximal riding. Sub means low also, so below the max. When it comes to submaximal riding, I want you to leave a little bit in the tank, right? Full of joy. Damn, you've been on a roll. This is money well spent. Thank you for all that you do to keep us newbies safe and experienced riders vigilant. Woo! Yeah. So ride submaximally so you have some left in the tank. All right. The best source of information about routine motorcycle maintenance is a good website. The best source of information about routine. So like changing your oil, checking your tire pressures, checking the tire depth, checking your instrument panel, common codes that happen with your instruments, how to adjust your front brake lever, rear brake lever, how to adjust your shifter, how to adjust. I think you might be able to do that in the owner's manual. Anyways, check out your owner's manual. A veteran rider might be a good source of information, but never trust somebody completely. A good website, same thing. It's all about what people put on there. The owner's manual comes from the dealer, or not comes from the dealer, it comes from the manufacturer for that motorcycle specifically. Get a service manual, by the way. A service manual is a little different, and it gives you everything you're going to need to know about your motorcycle. Owner's manual is going to give you what you need to know until you need to take it to a dealer or somebody to get fixed. The primary motorcycle control is, now remember, primary controls. This is a crazy one. So I'm going to help you out. Primary controls is the throttle, front brake, clutch lever, rear brake, and then the shifter. So the primary motorcycle control is what? The primary one. What do you think? It's not the handlebar, because I just mentioned that's not a part of the primary controls. Watch, I'm wrong. I am wrong, because it is the handlebar. The handlebars are an important component on any motorcycle because it is the most common way to initiate and control motorcycle lean. Here are other primary controls found on a motorcycle, the ones that make it go and stop. All right, moving. Come on, rookies. Seriously? Who clicked that button? It wasn't me. It wasn't me. No, it wasn't me. Put F in the chat. All right. To initiate lean on a motorcycle, a rider turns the handlebars in the direction of the turn, presses the hand grip in the direction of the turn, leans the upper body away from the turn. What do you guys think? Guys, follow me on Twitter. I like to mess up a lot there too. I don't know, Alex. For me personally, if I get below an 80%, I'm a failure on anything. If I get below an 80%, I'm a failure. If I get into the 80s, I feel miserable. If I get an 89, I don't like it. Everyone's saying B, presses the hand grip in the direction of the turn. So initiate lean. So very good, because turning the handlebar is direct steering, not leaning and counter steering. So very good job on that, everybody. A rider changes gears by squeezing both brakes. Yep, that's it. Just kidding. Using the right hand to squeeze the clutch, lifting or pressing on the shift lever. What do you guys think? Rider changes gears by lifting or pressing on the shift lever? Yeah. Using the right hand to squeeze the clutch? Ooh, that's a little trick one. It's a little trick. Where is the clutch lever? Is it on the right side or left side? It's on the left side. Boom. They're trying to trick you. It's lifting or pressing on the shift lever. Remember, one press is for one down. One press, one more is for one down. And you keep doing it, and it's only one. If you push it and you push harder and harder and harder without lifting it off, it's not going to do anything. Same thing going up. The brakes are operated by the left hand and right foot, the right hand and left foot, the right hand and right foot. Left, right, left, right, left, right. So where is the brakes? Where is the front brake, everybody? Where's the front brake? We see it in videos all the time. It's on the right hand. So that's definitely not the left hand. All right, so we got the last two. We got right hand, right hand. Okay, cool. Now, where is the rear brake? Is it on the left foot or right foot? Ah, you guys are smart. The right and the right. Very good. The fuel supply valve. Now, a lot of people don't have this anymore. Where do you typically find the fuel supply valve? What kind of motorcycle? So this adjusts the fuel mileage, controls the flow of gasoline to the engine, makes the clutch easier to operate. Older motorcycles. What kind of motor? What does this older motorcycle have? There it is. B-YouTube, carbureted motorcycles. So if you have a fuel-injected motorcycle, you're not going to have the fuel supply valve. But if you do have it, this is what you got to pay attention to. Okay, not everything's fuel-injected. So what does the fuel supply valve do? So somebody come up to the front of the class and hit the button for me. What do you guys think? C? No. So it controls the flow of gasoline to the engine. Fuel supply. Make sure you turn it off when you're not using the bike. So you turn it on and then turn it off. It's part of the startup process. Find C. The engine cutoff switch is located where? Okay, so near the clutch lever, near the right hand grip, near the ignition switch. Now, it's typically a different color. The button is a different color than the rest of the buttons on the hand grips and the handlebar. What color is it? A little pop quiz, a little extra credit. What color is the engine cutoff switch? So near the right hand grip or near the ignition switch? So near the right hand grip means it's not on the right hand grip, right? Red. So I'm going to say near the ignition switch, which is not right because it's near the right hand grip, because the right hand grip is where your thumb goes. So it's near the right hand grip, but it's red. You guys messed this up for me. I was right originally, and I knew what I was going to pick, and then you guys kept saying C. I saw it. You guys did that on purpose. All right, the tachometer shows engine speed, motorcycle speed, fuel level. This reminds me of the freaking National Registry EMT test. It's like there's two right answers. You got to figure it out. All right, the tachometer shows engine speed, motorcycle speed, fuel level. So what is the instrument, or what is the thing that shows fuel level? A fuel gauge, right? It's not a tachometer. What about motorcycle speed? Motorcycle speed. What shows motorcycle speed? a speedometer. So boom, process elimination. I don't know what a tachometer is. It's going to be the engine speed, right? Yeah, it's the RPMs, guys. It's the RPMs. That's the tachometer. Do not redline a bike. It's a no buenos. That's no buenos. And it's engine speed. It's showing the RPMs of the little pistons. It's like I always think there's like little underwear gnomes in there. Anyways, I'm an idiot. Match the indicator light to its color. Oil pressure light. Ooh. Yellow. Neutral light green. Turn signal light blue. This is a trick question. So whenever I see a question like this, because we're trying to help out those that are trying to take this test, whenever I see a question like this, I try to find the one that is right. And neutral is typically always green. So I already know that. Turn signals, blue, that's more like the high beams. Oil pressure light, yellow, that's more like the turn signals, right? B, I know for a fact is right. So I'll go with that. The 4 steps to turn in order are, you have to first look, press, roll, and then slow down. Right? SLPR. Slow, look, press, roll. C. So slow down before the turn so you don't go too fast into the turn, which is going to cause you to go wide. That's what the slow part is. Looking, vision is the most important part of any of this anyways. So you need to look through the turn, see where you're going to be going. What's your line? Are you staying in lane position 1, 2, or 3? Is there any road hazards? Looking. Pressing to initiate counter steering. Give it a little bit of body pressure or body leaning if you need to. And then rolling on the throttle on the way out where your nose is pointed so that you can actually get out of the turn. Because if you don't roll on any throttle throughout the whole time, you're going to slow down. So slow, look, press, and roll. The recommended braking technique is to use the rear brake more than the front brake. Use both brakes whenever slowing or stopping, or press the front brake and squeeze the rear brake. This is a tricky one, huh? Do we press the front brake and squeeze the rear brake? Or do we squeeze the front brake and press the rear brake? So that C looks a little funky. Do we use the rear brake more than the front brake? No, because we learned that the front brake is most of the stopping power. Whenever we're slowing down, the recommended braking technique is to use both brakes whenever slowing or stopping, understanding that our front brake utilizes most of the stopping power. You still want to use both brakes, though. You definitely want to use both brakes, because if your bike can, if most of your brake pressure or most of your stopping power is the front brake, and that's 70% of your braking power, let's say it's 70, you're leaving 30% on the table. So use both, and then when you start to feel that weight transfer to the front, start releasing that rear brake and start applying more and more front. Yeah. To have a margin of safety means to maintain a space cushion all around, be conspicuous, have good steering and braking skills. Ooh. This is interesting. So remember, a previous question and something we talk about all the time, who's responsible for our own safety? The motorcycle rider. We are. So being conspicuous, how does that help us? Being conspicuous means other people can see us. That does not put the responsibility back on us. It puts it on them. So I don't like B. All right? Maintain a space cushion all around. That's a good one. 360 situation awareness, planning a ride position for safety, right? Having good steering and braking skills. That's interesting. That's very important too. But margin of safety, what's going to help us out the most when it comes to the margin of safety? When I think of margin, I think of margins of a paper, like the sides of a paper. Therefore, it's kind of like a space cushion. That's how I put it. It's kind of weird. But in order to even be able to utilize good steering and braking skills, you need to have space cushion, which will be the time involved. So I'm going to put A, which is going to be the correct answer. Thank you. I was a little worried. I kept talking about it so I could think. But yeah, space cushion all around. You need the space in order to swerve or brake, right? The 3 components of total stopping distance are, oh my gosh, I said it all stream. It's brakes, gears, and throttle. No? I'm seeing A. Is it perception, reaction, brake? All right. What is the no zone? What? That's interesting. No zone. Drinking and riding? I mean, that's a no-go. The space across an intersection? I mean, you're supposed to go through an intersection. I'm guessing a truck. I'm guessing the area around a truck. Because when I think of no zone, I'm thinking truck blind spots, like semi-truck blind spots. You know what I mean? So you don't want to be in the blind spots, and that to me sounds like the no zone. What do you guys think? You guys still saying A? I see A, B, A, B, A, B. All right, where's a coin? I don't have a coin. Probably B. All right, let's try B. Whoa, I'm right. I'm right. What does that say? Just saying. I mean, I missed the handlebar one with primary controls, but I got this one right. So, yeah, the area around a truck, the no-go zone with a semi-truck, okay? So all those blind spots, terrible blind spots. This is pretty much the area around a truck. Stay away from trucks. All right, we're almost done, everybody. The best way to brake in the shortest distance is to lock both brakes, woo, or dump it. Dump the bike. No. So you don't want to lock both brakes. That's why they make ABS. We don't want to use only the rear brake because we know the front brake has most of the stopping power. So applying both brakes fully without locking either wheel, that sounds about right. Boom, we are smart. All right, moving on. A crowned road affects riding mostly in which situation? Going around a curve to the left, going up a hill, making a right turn at an intersection. What do we talk about? The crest of a hill, the crown of a hill? Or am I confusing you a little bit? What is crown versus crest? I'm not picking it yet. I was gonna say, what's a crowned road? What we're gonna do is we're gonna go into here. And this is what I love about PDFs. Let's do this, crowned. Okay. Notice if the road is crowned higher in the middle or off camber higher on one side, these roads can affect cornering clearance. So crowned. Crowned and off camber roads. Crowned road. Crowned road. Road surface that is higher in the middle for rain runoff. That is how it's going to get you. Crowned versus crest. So going left around a curve, do you think? It's A. So that's what I love about the MSF, is that this is a test that is on the MSF for free, and you can download the BRC book, and you could do just a quick review. Now, here's the thing. You read a book, and you take an online test. It has nothing to do with your skill on the bike. It just gives you the information you need to start. You actually have to ride, okay? Alcohol is eliminated faster than it accumulates in the bloodstream. I wish. According to the size of the kidneys, it can enlarge your liver at a rate around 1 drink per hour. So we learned 1 shot of whiskey is 1 drink, 12 ounces of beer is 1 drink. It all depends on the person, but typically the way I would do it is if I have a drink, I wait an hour till I drive. If I have 2 drinks, 2 hours. So I have 2 drinks right before a movie at the movie theater, boom. By the time I'm done, I'm good. No, I'm just kidding, but that's a great way to do it. I would not drink and ride at all. If I'm riding, I'm not having a drink until I get home. And that's something that I've learned, not the hard way. I've learned from a lot of these statistics that I've read. So exactly, no drink at all is best, Richard. So what I've learned as a 33-year-old turning 34 this year, woo-wee, is I'm just going to wait till I get home. If I'm going to go drink out, I will have 1 or 2 less drinks. Like my wife and I will have 1 or 2 less drinks and just pay for the Uber. You guys buy an $8 beer, $6 beer, $7 beer. I buy IPAs and stouts, guys. I don't buy piss water, Bud Lights. If I don't have 2 of them and my wife doesn't have 1 of them or 2 of them, we just paid for an Uber there and back. Right? And if you have an Uber on the way there, and I'm saying Uber, but any ride sharing, if you had a ride share, Lyft, Uber, whatever, on the way there and back, free drink when you're at home. It's cheaper anyways. So anyways, yeah, so at a rate around 1 drink an hour, that is my recommendation as this person. All right, what do we get? Woo! 44 out of 48. Hey, Siri, What is 44 divided by 48? Is that how you do it? Just kidding. Alexa, if I miss 4 out of 48, what is my percentage? I'm hoping I'm messing you guys up. Okay, Google, do a barrel roll.
Okay, let's see if I can pull this off. Nailed it.
Nice. %. Hey, 92%. You gonna round it up for me, guys? I got an A. We passed. Good job, everybody. Guys, if you like this kind of stuff, we do this every Tuesday and Thursday on this channel at 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time live. So make sure you check that out. But if you want to check out some other things like this video right here or this video right here, please do so. It supports the channel. Click that like button, by the way. Check into class. Anyways, I'll be seeing you around.